y'all doing? I'm Nathan. This is my wife Diamond, and you are tuned into an episode of Pillow Talk
So,
Podcast.
this is our very first video of many videos to come. We're going to do our podcasting about just us conversating about different things. We are newly engaged and soon we'll be newly married. So, we just feel like, it'll be cool for us to go through this journey, and what we learning as couples
Topic.
is being emotional the right way. How do you feel like being emotional can be a right or a wrong way?
Being emotional in a negative light could be, how you take stuff in a negative light.
Meaning,
Let's just say if you say something and I get hot and heated because I felt a certain type of way. And now I'm starting a whole argument, which leads on to a whole fight. Not physical, but a whole debate or argument. And now we don't fell out because of my emotion. I couldn't get my emotions together. And I'm behind whatever the situation might be or could have been.
yeah.
And so if you don't have control over your emotions, it could hurt you in the long run. Not even in the long run, but in the current run as well.
Well, I do. I feel like that most people don't really understand what emotions are, because, like we said earlier, they can get confused for feelings as well. I believe that emotions and feelings are kind of the same, but they're different in itself as well. Because you could be emotional and not feel a certain way towards your partner. Like, I could be having a bad day, but I'm loving on my partner. You know what I'm saying? So they could be hand in hand, and they can be, different as well. Um, Emotions is usually like a strong feeling directed towards something or somebody. So, if we having a bad day, we have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Separate our day from our spouse. So, for example, if I'm having a rough day at work, Nate come in the house, he already had probably a bad day as well. I can't empty my whole day on him. I have to be considerate about how he's feeling and what he's going through as well. So dealing with our emotions go hand in hand with being considerate of our spouse.
Like, if she having a bad day and she's my piece and I had a bad day and I come home to her, and when I have that certain type of emotion that I'm looking for in her, but she can't give me that at the moment because she done had a bad day, and then she don't want to be bothered. Then that could cause an issue with me because I'm like, well, I ain't trying to hear all that. But then she's like, man, I just had a bad day today. Like, I just want to be left alone. And then me, I'm like, but I done had a bad day and you're my piece, so I'm not trying to leave you alone at the moment. So it's like, two different type of emotions, or how you express those emotions. She needs to take a minute and be to herself for a
And
while.
I don't get it, y'all.
I'm different. I don't.
I don't. And you know what? And there needs to be a balance when you have two totally different people when it comes to being affectionate and I guess just handling situations different. Like for him, he's very affectionate. He's very geez, I don't want to say clingy, but not clingy because he's not clingy, but along those lines, he's just, I'm gonna say clingy just because I can't find another word. Okay,
Mhm.
that's him. Me, I'm the total opposite. Now, I have my days where I want to be up, literally up under his skin,
I wish it was like that every day.
and it is not gonna be like that every day because that's just not who I am. But because I love him, I compromise, and I'm more like that than none. I'm more like that than none. So then when I have my day when I don't want to be bothered and I just want to be to myself, I feel like I should get that, and I feel like that is a good balance. I give him an example all the time. Out of 30 days of the month, those 29 those 29 days, I'm literally up under your skin. On that 30th day, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. That's a balance. That's being considerate of your spouse, not being selfish to what it is that you want. Because when you do that, that can bring out emotions that I don't want to feel as your partner. Because I get rowdy when I feel like I'm not being heard, or I'm not being thought about, or you're not being considerate of me and what I need. When I'm always giving you what you need, I get rowdy because you're not listening to me. Stop. Listen. See what I'm saying? He don't listen to nothing I have to say. He do too much. But he don't like when I say he
I
do
ain't
too
did
much.
nothing yet.
That brings, when I say he do too much, that brings out emotions that he don't like to feel.
I didn't do nothing yet. I'm just looking at her.
But I know you and you're not listening to what I'm saying.
Y'all see this beautiful face, this beauty, this gorgeous Nubian queen,
I'm not Nubian. I'm American.
this beautiful American black African American woman right here. Wow, wouldn't you want to just stare at this? This is a blessing from God.
Well, if I'm a blessing for God, why don't you be considerate of me when I'm being emotional or I'm trying to get my emotions together?
And also, I want to help you get those emotions.
But I don't need you. I'm not asking for your help.
I don't have to ask, because if I'm your man, I'm going to be there regardless.
Yeah, well, you be there in a way that I want you to be there. You don't be there for me in a way that you want me, the way you want to be there for me, because it doesn't work. It's in Bible as well. Want to find it for you?
You don't got no Bible on you.
NIV app. You want to find it for you? And see, I'm the type, I'm very vocal about how I feel. If I'm saying, hey, I just had a rough day, just give me and then I don't even be asking for an hour. I just be asking for 1 minute, 60 seconds. Don't get it. He'll come back 2 minutes, babe. You good now? It's only been 1 minute since I said I needed some time to get myself together. So, being considerate is something a lot of people struggle with. Not always in a bad way, but, in a tough way, so to speak. So, I guess that can bring out negative emotions, because there are positive emotions and there are negative emotions. But, when you're vocal about how you feel with your partner, that can bring out good intimacy as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you have to meet your partner halfway. It can't just be what one person wants, because God created two and made them into one. Not just one, it's two made into one. So if I feel some type of way and you feeling some type of way, we need to find a common ground. Not just what you want, because you affectionate and you want to be up under me, and not just what I want because I want to be by myself, but come to a balance and a compromise.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I was never affectionate before y'all. Never. When I got with her, I completely changed. I was cold-hearted, raw.
That ain't nothing to be bragging about.
Right, it's not. I'm not bragging about that. I'm bragging about the change I made.
Yeah, but when I need to be left alone, I need you to leave me alone. Because this is me. I don't know if nobody's like me, but when I'm left alone to compose myself and get my thoughts together, I come back 1,000% better than I was prior to me being depleted. So that's just how I feel about, that. You got to be considerate of your partner, because when you not, it can just bring up it can make the situation 10 times worse than it have to be. You can't be selfish when you're dealing with your significant other.
True.
Yeah. So how do you feel like sharing what you feel and listening to how your partner feels can strengthen a relationship? And do you feel like you do it?
Now I do. I didn't do it before because, I did it. Okay, she would say I didn't, but I would say I did because I could still hear and understand everything you're saying. Because I have 2 ears.
So it's worse when you can hear and understand and comprehend what I'm saying and still doing the complete opposite.
Nah, because you don't get the I'm the type of person I can't understand you when we both cussing, yelling. Cause I'm gonna be like, yeah, I hear what she's saying, but she still got me effed up because da 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 da.
And that's your problem.
And
because
then I'm gonna be like, okay, who the f is she talking to like that? Like, I hear what she's saying, but put that to the side a minute. Who the f is she talking to like that? Both of our deliveries the,
Speak for
both
yourself.
of our deliveries are better now. But
Speak for
in the
yourself.
past before, we was like
My delivery was great.
bumping heads.
It was immaculate, and it still is. You just don't listen.
Cause when we used to argue, I used to tell her all the time, it's your delivery.
No, it ain't. It's not, y'all. It's not.
It ain't no more.
It wasn't then.
See?
It wasn't then. Let me tell you why it wasn't. Because I could say, what are you? And this is a prime example. One time we had an argument, and I'm like, okay, did I yell at you? He was like, no. Did I cuss at you? He was like, no. Am I treating you any type of way? He's like, no. I say, well, then how is my delivery wrong? What type of delivery is it that you looking for me? Or you just not trying to hear how I feel at all? You just want me to go by off how you feel.
What was that argument about?
It don't matter, but that's what I said.
Okay.
Because you always say it's my delivery, but it's never my delivery. You just don't like for me to tell you to leave me alone. And that's what the problem is. You do not like for me to tell you to leave me alone and give me a moment. You don't like that. And that's what that is. So instead of you saying, oh, it's your delivery, tell the truth and say what it really is. You don't like to hear what I said. That's what it is. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't like to hear what I have to say.
She a handful, yo.
That's all it is. No, you're the handful. And you're the handful. That's just what
I love her though.
Did you even answer the question?
I did.
You did? What you said?
We've been talking about a lot. the people know what I said.
Well, I feel like, having a conversation about how you feel about something is just half the battle. When you have to comprehend what's being said as well, and once you comprehend it, after it needs to be changed behavior. Don't tell your spouse, you understand how they feel and they have a right to feel how they feel and this is that and the third, but you still doing the same thing that puts them in that space. Don't understand me, change behavior, because then we don't have to go back to that hard, rough patch in our relationship. We can move forward to a whole nother other problem, because it's going to be multiple problems within a relationship. I'd rather go to the next one than be stagnant on the same one. That's just me.
Facts.
And our problem, I'm going to say it now, our problem is we lack balance when it comes to well, I guess I can't say that. Sometimes we do lack balance when it comes to understanding what the other person wants, because we are very strong-minded and we do feel how we feel. And I think the problem is we feeling like the other person isn't hearing what it is that we're saying. And, you can hear what the other person is saying and still get your point across. But the problem is, when you're listening to what your spouse is saying, take it into consideration.
Look at the
And
camera.
I'm looking at you because I'm talking to you.
Look at the camera.
Take your spouse, what their feelings in consideration. Listen to what it is they're saying. And think about what they're saying. Don't be so focused on how you feel in that moment, because it's two people whose feelings matter, not just one.
Okay.
And that goes back to what I was saying okay, but let's see if it's going to be changed behavior. Real and raw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's just one way, emotions can have a negative impact on the relationship. And I did read something. It was and I really liked it because it kind of hit home for me, because I know how Diamond can be. Like, once I shut down, boy, I get very messy. I get petty. I get,
She do.
but you know what? I know how to take accountability for my stuff. I can take accountability for, what I got going on. I haven't, this whole time, I haven't said, what Nate does or what he doesn't do. I say what Diamond do as well. Because it's me who have to do my change behavior on my own. I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm worried about me because I have to answer to God how I treat him. So I'm trying to get better.
The way she said that.
What's funny?
The way you said it, I'm trying to get better.
Do you make it easy for me to get better?
Do I?
No.
Well, that means I need to get better too.
Huh?
That means I need to get better too.
That's my hope. Thank you for taking accountability, sweetheart.
Give me some.
I ain't studying you.
Don't leave me hanging.
Mm-mm.
All right, when you get home, you don't want to be all over me then.
Take accountability. But like I was saying, the scripture that I had read today, it was Ephesians 20.
Ephesians what?
No, it was Ephesians something 29. I'ma link it somewhere. But it was saying God says to have wholesome talk, but only if it's helpful. So meaning when we are talking to each other, we can't be talking to each other any kind of way. And we what?
That's all I'm trying to say.
Well, I feel like you throwing shots at me.
I don't see a ball or a gun. They say I hit dog holler. They say I hit dog holler, bro.
Okay, so how do you talk to me then?
Talk to you sweet.
You
but
like
when I'm mad, it depends on how you are.
no, that's a lie. And I'm calling you a liar because you lying. You lying.
But I have gotten better because I used to be cussing like a sailor.
Okay, well, thank you. Say that. Don't be
I used to be
you
cussing
throwing
like a
shots
sailor.
at me like I'm the problem
And
child
I have
here.
stopped cussing.
Like I'm the problem child. Am I the problem child?
She's the golden child.
No, I'm not that either. But it says to have wholesome talk, and I think what that means, like I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted. You can't talk to your spouse any type of way. You can tell them how you feel and be tactful and nice about it.
Yeah.
But now it's up to your spouse to take heed into what you're saying and care about what it is you're saying and follow suit with that. Because evidently it's a problem if it's being brought up.
Like your delivery.
And then it says only if it's to be Stop saying my delivery be off because you still lie.
I'm just joking.
And it also says to be helpful. So that's the whole point of having, conversations and intimacy, because it'll be helpful to the relationship and beneficial to the relationship, That way your partner can say, well, I didn't know that you felt that way,
In a relationship, you do have to take accountability for your actions. You can't just put it on one person all the time. You got to take accountability. Because if you don't take accountability, then that just means that's going to make your partner feel like, well, you just don't give a damn about whatever you do. You don't see no wrong and no fault in what you do. You got to take accountability. That's part of being wrong.
Do you feel like you take accountability?
Yeah,
You do?
I do. Because every time I say I'm sorry and I apologize, that means I see my wrong and my wrongdoing.
No, not necessarily, because you can apologize all day long and still do the same thing over and over again.
True.
So do you think you take accountability?
I do.
Okay. And in the scripture, it also says, he says to build each other up according to their needs. What do you think that means?
Repeat that again.
He said to build each other up according to their needs.
According to their needs. Build each other up build you up according to my needs. Basically saying,
build me up according to my needs. Not, see what I'm saying? Not
no,
your
I
needs.
I thought you said, okay, cool.
I didn't. It says.
So build you up in the way that you need. So basically, like when you say, I just need a minute, give you that minute.
Yes. That's
yeah.
And not just your minute,
Not
but
your
I'm ready.
minute.
When I'm ready to come back to you and be the best spouse that I can be, then that's when that'll be. It don't matter if it's 30 minutes, an hour, or the next day. Give me that time. It's not up to you. You don't tell me when I'm done dealing what it is I'm dealing with. Because first of all, us women, we're very emotional and we go through things all the time, and most of the time we don't even understand what it is we're going through. So it's confusing for us, and it's scary for us, because once we get to a certain age, our body changes. We're going through things we thought we knew our body for 29 years, then 30 years. It's totally different. We're learning ourselves all over again.
I look at it like I'm trying to be there for
Okay, well, I'm gonna say that I understand you trying to be there for me, but be there for me in the way that I need you to be there for me, not how you see fit to be there for me.
you.
Because you being there for me is you in another room praying for me. Lord, whatever she going through, gotta ask that you touch and cover her.
I do that.
Okay, good. Do that. And just that.
But what if the ways that I do it, the things that I do is the only way I know how?
Well, if I'm telling you this is what I need from you, that's not hard. It's not. What's harder? You doing what I asked you to do when it comes to my emotions, or dealing with negative emotions from me? What's worse?
You got a point.
I'm just saying, what's worse? What's worse, love?
When a person goes about it their way instead of their partner's way.
And that goes for you as well. If you're having a rough day and you need something from me, I have to do that, because that's what you need from me. Now, I'll admit, if you having a rough day and I'm having a rough day, and you just and it always happened this, oh my goodness, and it's nothing but the trick of the enemy, y'all. Y'all gotta know when the trick of the enemy trying to separate and cause havoc with you and your partner, because it's usually when we argue is when he done had a bad day and when I done had a bad day. Because when I have a bad day, I don't want to be bothered. When he has a bad day, he wants me to be up under him and be his peace, and we clash every single time. I'm telling you,
Whole year.
it'd be a whole year. We be good. But on that 365th day, that's when we get the clashing, because we just depleted. We depleted. In my opinion, I be depleted.
No, it's just saying you don't go to your spouse for your coach. You go to God. But I do go to God, but at the same time, He blessed me with her and He gave me her.
Yeah. And that's why I was saying we need to come to that balance.
So I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. I'm going to my woman to be my comfort instead of me going outside of my relationship. I'm going to my spouse, my woman.
Now, let me be clear now. I didn't say.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. And that's where, some people in relationships now I feel like I can't go to her. I can't go to him. And then I'm glad you said sometimes you want to be left alone, because it's people in relationships that their partner might say like, look, just leave me alone. I want to be left alone, right?
That's that, and that shouldn't be no everyday thing.
Right, yeah. But that person might take it as like, well, damn, like,
you always want to be left alone.
But it's not that. It's just you just want to be left alone in that moment. But they're taking it as if, damn, like, we're in a relationship and she don't want me to fool up with her, like, right now. Like, I don't understand that. And see, I used to tell you that, like, I don't understand it. I don't get it.
But see, that's where consideration comes in at, though, because like I said, if your wife or your husband is always tending to your needs physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and then on that one day they just not with that, you need to be there for now it's your turn to be there for your partner, because she or he is always there for you, even when they don't want to or when they don't feel like it, because you do have some people who really, really, really not that affectionate like that. Like, I'm affectionate to a certain sense.
I was never affectionate in the past. But then out of nowhere, I got with her, and all that just changed completely. I was shocked. I was like, I'm doing things I don't never do. Like, never. And I'm like, this gotta be God. Because, boy, I'm doing this. I'm actually giving her paragraphs.
Every morning.
I never gave her paragraphs. Like, all that hugging you, cuddling, affection, all that stuff. I mean, that was never me.
Yeah,
But I'm glad I
well,
changed, though. Because God sent me somebody that's wonderful in my life.
you know, change is good, and good change.
Yeah, good change.
Good change is good. And the text also says, be kind and compassionate, forgiving each other just as Christ forgave us. And, you know, that just goes back to what I said. You have to be considerate of your spouse. You have to care about how your spouse is feeling and what they need in that moment. Sometimes, ladies, sometimes we got to bite the bullets because we supposed to be the weaker vessel, but let's be honest, our men's are some big babies. You all right?
I ain't gonna lie, I am a baby.
Are you okay?
I am her baby. I ain't gonna.
Your back hurting?
Nah, I am her baby. I ain't gonna care.
They are
Sometimes
big
I like a baby.
They are some big, especially when you have men who were raised by their mamas. Oh dear Lord.
Oh, hold on, because I was raised by a single mother. But see, my mama babied me, but it was never.
That's what I was saying.
But it was never to an affectionate level.
Your mother was affectionate with
Yeah,
you. Maybe
but
not like how
No,
we.
she tried to make me a mama's boy, and I wasn't having that. Oh, that come here, get me. Nah, bro. Nah. Cooking for me, doing everything, baby. That type of stuff, yeah. But all that affectionate crap, I wasn't with that. Why? Because my pops was like, you a boy, tighten up, like, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't with that. And that's when me and my mama used to clash. Cause she wanted to be over loving, and I was like, bro, you doing too much.
Oh, but you don't like for nobody to tell you doing too much though.
I'm not your parent. Oh, man. I'm supposed to be like that with you. Especially if I'm gonna be your husband.
I'm not complaining,
I know,
honey. I'm gonna say it. I'm just saying what I'm saying is it's never been a problem with how you love me, because look at what I'm talking to you. I appreciate and I love how you love me. But on those days where I need a time to compose myself so that I can love you how you loving me, I need you to do that. Yes, I understand you be wanting to be up under me and, things of that nature, and it's never been a problem, like I said. But when I need time, because most of the time I don't even know what it is I'm going through that day. I just know my body's off. I probably just need to take a shower, something like that. I just need that time to myself so that I can come back to you and give you the love that you always given me. Because I want to be the best spouse that I'm supposed to be to you. But I can't do that if I can't take care of myself first.
So now, let me ask you this. Why can't you let me help you go through what you're going through?
Because it's not your job to heal me.
Ooh, hold on. Time out.
It's not your job to heal me.
Hold on. It's not my job to heal you, baby. But let me be there in a way that I want to be there. I know I'm not God and I can't change it for you, but I can help you get through it. That's what a partner is here for. I want to go through all your trials and tribulations with you.
I'm not saying that you can't be there for me. What I'm saying is you're trying to be there for me in a way that you think helps, and it doesn't. It doesn't help. It actually makes it a bit worse because you asking me all these questions that most of the time I don't have an answer to. So it frustrates me because I'm already confused. I already don't know what's wrong with me. Now is you coming in, what's wrong? What's the problem? What am I doing? I'm like, I don't know what's wrong.
You see, I'm the opposite, because I'll be going through something where you have never, it's never been this, but the moment if I'm going through something, you don't be like, babe, what's wrong? I'm going to feel some type of way because you didn't ask me what's wrong. I'm going to feel some type of way that you ain't asked me a gazillion questions.
Yeah, because you usually know what's wrong with you.
Because then I'm going to feel like you don't give a damn. Like, you see me over here going through something, you ain't start to be like, hey, babe, What's wrong?
I be on it too, cause when you don't be pep stepping around the house or whatever, I'm like, something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just, it's all right to be emotional. But now let's talk about this now, because some of us be a little bit too emotional about every little thing, like, and that boy, that
Have I
could,
ever been too overly emotional about anything? Anything that you could think of? And be honest.
the only time that you ever, literally the only time that you ever really given me a problem is when I don't want to be bothered.
We right back.
That's it. I'm serious. That's the only time. So to answer your question, yes, you have, and it's only because you want to be up under me. And again, it's not a problem. It's just on them days where, because you have to understand, love, you be gone working, right? I'm at the house working. When I clock out from working, what I do?
Take care of your business.
I'm taking care of more business, right? So when you come in the house, what are you able to do?
Go to the gym.
On the days you're not going to the gym. And that's something you want to do because that's something you like doing. But on those days when you don't go to the gym, what do you do?
Relax for a little minute.
Say what now?
Relax for a little minute.
Okay. And what I do when I clock out, love, look at me. What I do when I clock out,
You cook.
and what else?
Take care of the house.
Okay. So when I say leave me the F alone, do that. Golly, because it's like very difficult for you to do. And that's an example of being too emotional because you're taking it personal and it's not meant to be personal. It's not meant to be personal.
I mean, I'll take it personal no more.
Okay,
Well,
love.
we'll see, because you ain't want to be left alone. Not yet, so.
Yeah. What's one example of being too emotional? Have I ever been too emotional? I already know the answer is yes. Because I can give you an example of where I was too emotional.
Give me one.
Last night. Was it last night?
No.
When you turned the TV on
One last
and
night.
I wanted to go to sleep.
I went last night. That
What
was
night
the
that
night,
was?
The night before last night.
Well, it was this week.
She don't like for that TV to be on, and I like a little light and noise in the room, man.
He
She
got
like
enough.
peace and quiet.
Who don't want some quiet when they trying to go to bed?
All my life,
Oh, God.
I've been sleeping with the TV on. That's how I go to sleep.
Well, and he ain't lying, because when we first met and we would go to bed, like, I would fall asleep while he's still watching TV. That's not an issue because he's still watching the TV. But if you sleep and the TV is on, who them people?
I know that.
You don't know them?
I do.
Oh, you do? I said, who them people?
That's my cousin.
Oh. So if we sleep,
If
I'm sorry. If we're in the bed and we watching TV, I'm going to fall asleep first. Well, I used to.
She on.
I'm going to fall asleep first.
Nah, I
and
do.
he's still watching TV. That's cool. That's fine because you still watching the TV, right? And if I'm asleep, I don't hear it anyway. But now, if you don't fall asleep, I don't woke up because I'm hearing it because I don't initially hear it.
Just turn it
I know
down.
it's so weird. I'm going to turn it on. I'm turning it off.
But your eyes be closed, so
I'm
the TV
going
ain't
to turn
bothering
it
you.
off because I can still see that light through my lids.
Well,
I
put your
don't-
face in the pillow.
I'm not doing that. Because you sleep. You can't hear it or see it like you say.
I like to wake up and still, okay. Oh, that's going to go right
And
back
that's
to
why our
sleep.
light bill be so high because you don't like to
'Cause
turn
it's
nothing
damn
off.
dog.
Because you don't know. Because you don't like to turn
Oh, yeah.
nothing off. So what happened the night before?
By the way, y'all want a dog?
What happened the night before last?
She
We
had-
was watching Country Wayne skits, and on YouTube, they don't just go to the next skit. It'll keep playing the same skit over and over and over again until you skip to the next one. This one here was sleep. I was up editing a video, that we end up having to record anyway, but I was up editing, so I wasn't paying no attention because I already was occupied. So, when I got ready to put the tablet down, mind you, he's still sleeping, snoring, the whole works. He's asleep.
Sleep, snoring.
Soon as I turned it, y'all know that clip off of Proud Family when Sugar Mama was asleep with the TV on, and as soon as she turned it off, I was watching that. Him.
That's a good example.
Is your grandmother okay? I mean, she ain't moving. Yeah, watch this.
That memo, Mel?
Turn that back on. I was watching it.
Yes, Sugar Mama.
That's gonna leave a mark.
He gets up like he wasn't
Then
just
I get mad.
like he wasn't just sleeping and snoring. You know what I'm saying? So I immediately got pissed off because I knew what was finna happen. I said, Nathan, you are asleep. I'm turning this TV off. If you don't turn this TV off, I'm leaving. I'm not sleeping in this room with you. I'm gonna go in the living room. I like sleeping on that couch anyway. But and plus it be kind of hot in our room. This man followed me from the bedroom to the living room. My son was at my mama's to my son room because I'm at this point I'm just trying to get away. So we fussing, we fighting because
Nobody
the TV.
fussing?
Yes, we was
Super fussing.
because the TV
I'm
wasn't
just saying,
on.
come cuddle me so I go to sleep. That's all. Look at you. Anybody fussing?
That was a negative emotion, basically, and we did not have a wholesome conversation.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Because
I
we both
wasn't-
got back in the bed together.
But I didn't have a wholesome. I don't know what you call wholesome, but I wasn't being wholesome with you at all.
I was just saying, man, come
I'm
get back
telling
in
myself,
I was just
I was
saying.
very mad, and
And I picked up about 5 times and put it in the bed. I was like, babe, come on. What's going on? No, because it's the principle.
and it was
Babe,
because
come
you
on.
wasn't watching the TV. You
But-
was not watching that dang TV.
But when I picked up and put it in that bed, we went right back to sleep.
No, I got up about 5 times. And then he turned the TV off. And then I went in the room. Because you was going to turn that TV off before I went
But she still went back in that room.
After he turned that TV off.
But she still went in that room.
After he turned the TV
And
off.
we went right to sleep.
We did.
Hmm.
But the point is, you could have been turned the TV. If you was going to already turn the TV off, why you had to be so difficult in the first place? Because you knew you wasn't watching it. That's an example of being considerate. Because you was sleeping. You was sleeping.
Why she gotta have her way to go to sleep, but I can't have it my way to go to
You
sleep?
do have it your way to go to sleep. That's why you fall asleep. And that's not my business if you wake up. And I don't understand how you wake up because the remote and the TV don't make noise when you turn the TV off. So,
Me and the TV got a connection. I know what's going
oh,
on.
well, guess what? It's going to be a disconnect because I'm not finna sit up here and try to go to sleep with the TV on.
Plug it back in.
Now, that I'm not about to do. So the whole just, of this podcast basically is, show your partner your emotions in the right way. It's nothing wrong with being vocal and telling them how you feel about certain things and certain aspects of what's going on. Some things just happen. Like I said, for us women, we're very emotional, so sometimes things just happen. But it's how you express it to your partner. But when your lady and your husband, if they're expressing it to you, make sure you're listening. Listen to understand, and do not listen to what is it? Listen to understand and not to respond.
Always have your emotions in check. Always.
No love.
And if you don't have them in check, intact.
No love. Cause that sounds like you saying to suppress them.
No, when I say have them in check, that means think about what you feeling, what you thinking, and try and get it together so you can understand what's going on. Like how you do. You have
How I try to do.
You have your emotions intact.
Is that ice cream truck?
You got ice cream at the house.
Oh, that's a flat.
Y'all see that shit? Fat behind. Is that an ice cream truck? Is that an ice cream truck?
I'm gonna control my emotions and not cuss you out.
Go
Because why
ahead,
you calling
though.
me fat?
But you know you ain't though.
Okay, but if I'm not, why you calling me fat?
Because you just see the ice cream truck and that caught your attention automatically. I want you to look
Why
at me.
couldn't- why
I
you
want you to
couldn't
look at me how you just looking at the ice
Well,
cream truck.
why couldn't you just say, oh, she's aware of her surroundings? Why couldn't it be fat?
Whatever,
Why it
babe.
had to be fat?
You control that anger because that anger could leave you on a path to destruction. You feel like you're getting disrespected. And you let your anger take control of you and you just black out and do whatever. Your actions and your choices will cost you. That's even a relationship, you know, a man gets angry and then he puts his hands on a woman. Like, you got to control your anger.
Yeah,
Because that could get you in jail or killed.
Yep. And
Same
with the
thing
right-
with a woman.
And with the right spouse, you might not go to jail.
Same
you might
thing.
just get killed.
Same thing with a woman. You know, there's some of y'all women out there that get upset and y'all put your hands on men.
And y'all
And
think
he
that they
turn
not
up-
supposed to hit y'all bag.
And he turn around and knock you in your jaw, then you want to pick up that gun and shoot him in his chest because he put his hands on you. And the law gonna say you had every right to, but at the end of the day, you know you provoked that. Well, I wouldn't say provoke
I
because
wish-
some men be causing it on themselves.
No, well, okay. Oh, Lord. Give
They
it to
do.
me the right way. I feel like some women, they put their hand on men because they know that they're not supposed to hit them back. But don't provoke no man to put that. Nah, it's one thing if that man hit you first and you defending yourself. Okay, cool. But us as women, we always taught to be ladylike, to be, you know, quiet or whatever. You can do that and still defend yourself. But men, don't be trying to make your wife feel like they just small. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't like that. Don't make us feel like we don't have a voice. We don't have a say-so. Don't make us feel like we have to walk on eggshells around you. Don't make us feel like we have to second-guess every little single thing we do because we don't want to make y'all upset and we don't want to argue. This is that and the third. Don't do us like that. Because then we going to start resenting you and not want to be nowhere around you. And women, vice versa.
Have I ever made you feel like that?
No, because I don't care. I'm grown. I do what I want to do. Respectfully. I'm not out here disrespecting you, and I'll never disrespect you. But and this is the thing. Sometimes us women, we bring past situations into our new situation, and that's why we feel like we have to move in a certain way with our new spouse.
Have you ever done that?
No, I just said that. I took the time to heal myself before I got into something else because I knew what soul ties I was dragging along. Boy, and it was a lot of them. That's another video. Soul ties is another video. But a lot of that stuff can make you very, very emotional and be emotional for no reason at all. So that's why I say it has to be consideration and a balance within a relationship because some of those things won't be a thing. You know what I'm saying? We have so much other things that's fighting against us. We don't need to be fighting against each other. You know
Especially
what
as
I'm saying?
black people.
It's supposed to be us against the problem, not us against each other,
Us against the world.
which is the problem.
Yeah, not us against us, because if it's us against us, then we are divided. And
And that's what the,
the
devil
devil's going to
wants.
break.
He wants to separate. He wants to separate.
But at the same
us.
time, we can't always blame it on the devil. We got to take accountability for our actions because it takes two. And we need to work on our relationship.
yeah,
Not us, but people.
the devil is the devil is out here to tempt us.
Because the devil could make me do something that I know ain't right and piss you off, and now we argue. And vice versa.
Yeah, he's there to tempt us into doing things that he know we ain't supposed to do, but we're supposed to be strong-minded and strong-willed and do the opposite of what it is the devil is tempting us to do because he's not making us do nothing. A lot of people be doing stuff and say, oh, that wasn't nothing, but no, that was you, love.
Like my homeboy.
He might have tempted you or dangled a little something in front of your face, but you had the choice to follow suit with that.
Then when they get caught in the act, they want to cry and act
They want to
innocent
cry and act
hit
like,
your phone up and
yeah,
stuff.
and be a victim. But no, you did it on your own.
Yeah, then want to look for advice. First of all, bro, or whoever, you knew what you was doing, so why are you looking for me for advice? I can't give you nothing, but you should have did what you did.
We are not perfect. None of us is perfect. We all fall short. But that's why I said,
People want to use that, not you. Some people want to use "I'm not perfect, we all fall short" as an excuse for what they did to be okay.
yeah, don't do that because
You know what you was doing in the act. You know it's wrong. That's why you was covering it up. So now you want us to feel sorry for you? No, bro.
And it's not for us to judge either, because
No,
we
yeah.
fall short as
We all
well.
sin.
Now, we supposed to say, you know what, I understand how you feeling, but you was dead wrong.
Like, if I go out and cheat on my soon-to-be wife,
You gonna be a dead man,
let me
I tell
finish.
you.
I know I'm wrong, so if I get caught,
Dead.
why am I playing like, oh my God, it wasn't nothing but the devil? No,
Yeah,
it
feet
wasn't
under.
the devil, because I got choices. You know right from wrong. I'm almost 30 years old. I know right from wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And it's gonna be temptation out there, like, cause we human now. It's some very beautiful women out there, and it's some very nice looking men out there. But like I said, you have to be strong willed and know what
But
you have.
is it worth risking?
You have to be strong willed and know what you have at home.
But is it worth risking your family?
Baby, that's what I just said.
I know, knowing what you got at home, I know.
No, you be cutting me off and saying
Is it-
exactly what I just said.
Is it worth it? It might be not. It might be worth it in the moment of pleasure at that time.
It ain't worth it then either.
I'm talking about people might feel like they doing. Like for instance, if a man cheat on his wife, he cheating. He's getting pleasure in that moment.
Yeah.
But overall, you ain't doing nothing but breaking up your family. It might be pleasing to you in that moment, but at the end of the day, you're tearing up your family, and you finna lose a good thing that God done bless you.
Well, it might be pleasing, but it's not worth it. It's
Right?
never
Yeah, it's
worth
not
it.
worth it.
It's never
Why
worth
you
it.
cheating when your wife do the same thing? Oh, girl,
It's
do.
never worth it. Because I'm telling you, that saying the grass is greener on the other side, lies.
It might seem like it's green in that
Lies.
moment.
You think it's green over there and you walk into a whole graveyard. No, don't do it.
That person might got somebody.
And see, sometimes people cheat because it's easier for them to show their emotions with somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not fair to your spouse, because if your spouse don't know what's going on, how can they be your helpmate?
Yeah.
Our bishop said it today. He was like, God sends men help meeting you in the middle.
She miss me in the middle every day.
Meeting you in the middle. He sent you a helper, somebody who is there to help you. It's not somebody there to
Not
just
your slave. Help you.
Yeah.
When they help you, better appreciate it.
So
Once they gone, they gonna get it nowhere else.
the best thing we can do, and this is what I do. I be like, I pray. I ask God, I'm like, Lord, today is not the day. God, I ask that you just lead me. Let me be the woman that I'm supposed to be today, the mother, the spouse that I'm supposed to be today, because I'm not in a mood. 9 times out of 10, my mood gets better. If it gets worse, that's something I have to deal with. But I'm not gonna put all of that on my spouse. So with that being said, because it's getting ready to rain, try your best to build that intimacy with your spouse, and the best way you can do that is through communication. Communicate and listen to understand, don't listen to respond.
Thanks.
If you are feeling emotional in any aspect, whether it's good or bad, let your spouse know, because if your spouse care about you or your spouse love you, they want to hear those things. And when your spouse is coming to you with their feelings and their emotions, make sure you listening. You know what I'm saying? You listening and you take heed to what it is they're saying.
Yep.
And if they're telling you that you're doing something that they may not necessarily like, don't take it as criticism. Take it as I guess a learning moment, you know what I'm saying? Because if you could change what the problem is, it won't be a problem. And it helps you move further in your relationship, because we're going to keep having problems, but how we deal with those problems together is what really matters. It's what really matters. But with that being said, love each other the right way. Take care of each other the right way. And just try to live life the right way. Keep God in the midst of everything that you have going on, because he won't lead you to destruction.
Facts.
Right? So us we gonna leave today and look back at this video, and hopefully we can deal with our emotions a little bit better as well, because there's a lot of things that we have together that we've learning that we need to get situated before we say I do. Because once we get married, it is gonna get harder, and some things that don't have to be hard don't need to be hard.
Yep.
So with that being said, we appreciate y'all, and we hope that y'all tune in to our next video.